Stay with us, this gets deeper. In the early 20th century, a crime of unimaginable scale unfolded in what is now Namibia, a crime largely erased from the history books. A genocide perpetrated by German colonial forces against the Herero and Namakwa people. But what led to this systematic annihilation, and why has justice remained elusive for over a century? This is the story of a forgotten genocide, a stain on history demanding to be remembered. It began with ambition. As European powers carved up Africa in the late 19th century, Germany sought its place in the sun. Southwest Africa, now Namibia, became a prized possession, a land of vast resources and potential wealth. But the indigenous Herero and Namakwa people stood in the way. Their traditional way of life, their vast lands, were seen as obstacles to German progress. Tensions simmered for years, fueled by land theft, cattle rustling, and cultural clashes. In 1904, the fuse was lit. The Herero people, led by Chief Samuel Maherero, rose up in rebellion. But here's what they never wanted you to know. Was a desperate act of resistance against a brutal colonial regime. The German response was swift and merciless. Kaiser Wilhelm II dispatched General Lothar von Trotha, a man known for his ruthlessness, to crush the rebellion. Von Trotha's strategy was not merely to defeat the Herero, but to exterminate them. In October 1904, the infamous extermination order was issued. It declared that all Herero within German borders, armed or unarmed, would be shot. Women and children who fled to the desert were "Stay with us, this gets deeper." To be driven back or left to die. The Namakwa people, who later joined the rebellion, suffered a similar fate. What followed was a systematic campaign of death. Herero and Namakwa were driven into the Omahik Desert, denied access to water, and left to perish. Those who survived were rounded up into concentration camps, where they faced starvation, disease, and forced labor. Thousands died in these camps, victims of inhumane conditions and deliberate cruelty. The genocide continued for years, leaving a trail of death and destruction. It is estimated that over 80% of the Herero population and 50% of the Namakwa population were wiped out. The land they once roamed was seized, their culture decimated. The Herero and Namakwa genocide is a stark reminder of the horrors of colonialism and the fragility of human rights. It is a story of unchecked power, racial hatred, and the consequences of indifference. While Germany has acknowledged the genocide and offered development aid to Namibia, many argue that true justice has not been served. The descendants of the victims continue to seek reparations and a formal apology. The scars of the genocide run deep, a constant reminder of the past and a call for a more just future. The world must never forget the Herero and Namakwa genocide, to ensure that such atrocities are never repeated. This is not just an African story, it is a human story. A story of the darkest chapters of the past, and the ongoing struggle for justice, recognition, and healing. Subscribe to PannaAfric for more African history and wealth wisdom. Follow for more untold African stories.